In this video, we are going to look at what is asynchronous learning and 3 ways that you can use it in your distance learning classroom. So asynchronous learning is when you post your teaching material online for your virtual or hybrid students to self-study, which allows them to learn on their own schedule and at their own pace. Stay tuned to learn about the benefits of asynchronous learning and some fun ideas for asynchronous activities for distance learning and hybrid teaching. I'm Katie, I'm founder of Teachers Resourceforce, and I love talking about all things character, life skills, art and tech, and just general teaching things. So let's get right into it. So what we'll cover first is a detailed look at what the benefits of asynchronous learning are and how you can use it to your advantage during distance or hybrid learning. Some creative examples of asynchronous learning, and how to use asynchronous learning techniques to maintain your favorite morning meeting routines, whether you are teaching in person, hybrid, or remotely. So the benefits of asynchronous learning are: it's flexible for students. It's much more convenient. Students can access teaching material at any time. They can complete their homework or classwork at any time. They can rewatch teaching material to consume it at their own pace to improve comprehension and retention. No real-time interaction is required from you, which allows teachers to support students at their own pace. Asynchronous learning can work for both distance and hybrid teaching models. It allows an option for various learning styles to be included for students to access the ones that they benefit from the most. There are much less social obstacles like distractions and comparisons from peers. It can be fully interactive regardless of location. Able to replicate similar experiences to in-person teaching. Students will never miss a class and they can catch up on missed work. You can personalize and optimize the learning experience. Take advantage of extra time to process, practice, and respond, as well as adapt learning to self-accommodate for a disability. So there are lots of benefits for this way of learning. So here are some examples of asynchronous activities. Watching teaching instruction videos. Those are probably the most common ones and the ones you might have tried already. You can also film demonstrations. You might want to use presentations with specific writing prompts or discussion prompts or questions that you'd like students to answer. You can involve them in research projects, which can be individual or group presentations, an online class or group discussion, individual or group projects, and learning activities such as quizzes, lessons, and games such as webdecks and picapath escape rooms, which I will talk more about in a bit. So if you are teaching remotely or hybrid and you're looking for an asynchronous way to deliver your morning meeting messages to your class, then dailymorningmeetings.com is an ideal solution for you. Every single day, a new morning message will appear for your morning meeting. There is no prep work involved, and you can share your screen with your students and ask them to either discuss the prompt of the day or write it in their morning meeting journals. There are 6 themes to choose from each day if you want to mix it up with your students, but the daily motivation is always free if you want to start your day with an inspirational quote and prompt. So check out dailymorningmeetings.com to access that. So here are 2 enjoyable asynchronous activities for students to complete at their own pace. Firstly are the picapath escape rooms. Now these are unique virtual escape rooms because they have more than one way out. There are actually multiple paths for students to choose from, which gives them ownership of their experience in the game. So at each level, there are educational problem-solving games and activities for students to complete before progressing to the next level. And as it is asynchronous, students can take their time as they progress through each stage. There are also differentiated reading options too, to suit reading ages from grade 3 to 11, so students can take ownership of their level of challenge as well. Once they make it out to one of the paths and receive a certificate, they can then play the game again and again to read other variations of the story and explore other escape routes, and of course complete other educational challenges along the way. Students do find this really enjoyable, and without realizing it, they are practicing their reading and comprehension skills in reading the narrative of the story, as well as practicing their skills in literacy, numeracy, and problem solving in order to progress to each level. Currently, at time of filming, there are 2 stories available, which are Escape the Island and Lost in Space, but keep an eye out for more games coming soon. And if you have any requests, drop them below and I might be able to make it happen for you. Another site you can use is webdecks.com. So they are web-based, interactive, self-assessing resources which work exceptionally well for asynchronous learning. Students work their way through interactive word searches, true or false decks, or interactive lessons, all at their own pace, and they can receive immediate feedback on their responses, whereby no grading is required by you as the teacher. Students can take a screenshot of the final summary slide as evidence of completion and comprehension of the task at hand. There are a whole range of different activities available, as well as digital colouring decks as well. So to conclude, the first point to note is as the landscape of education evolves into a hybrid model, asynchronous learning will continue to become more prevalent even after lockdowns cease. I think it's safe to assume that snow days will become a thing of the past because schools have modified distance learning approaches and studying from home to make that more possible. It also means that student attendance can increase as students can come back to any learning that they have missed due to illness, for example, in their own time and at their own pace. Now, this is not to say that synchronous face-to-face learning is in the past, far from it, but asynchronous learning will certainly continue to play a role in hybrid models as this evolves into the future of education. So, do try asynchronous activities such as picapath escape rooms and webdeck activities which work for both distance learning and hybrid too. And also remember to check out dailymorningmeetings.com if you would like to continue your morning meeting routine in a hybrid, in-person, completely remote setting, whatever you're currently working in. That tool will help keep that consistency in your learning. So that's all for now. I hope you found this helpful. If you'd like to get in touch, here are all the socials. Choose your favorite, come over and say hi. Please also leave questions or comments in the section below. And as always, you can email me at katie@teachersresourceforce.com if you have any questions as well. Until next time, I'll speak to you soon. Bye.